Hello everyone, my name is T Hunter. For those of you who are coming to my channel for the first time, welcome. For those who are returning viewers, welcome back, and thank you so much for coming back. So today I wanted to talk about, I think, a topic that I sometimes struggle with and other people have been affected by. Let me know in the comments if it's never affected you whatsoever. I would say the importance of not trying to fit into someone else's mold. What I mean by that is God has a tailor-made plan for each and every one of our lives. From the career that we're going to have, to the relationships that He wants us to have, even down to the families that we are born into. None of the things that happen in our lives are left to chance. God is in control of all of those factors. And He takes great care of us because He is so attentive and He is so intentional. But where we can trip ourselves up is when we start looking at other people's lives and we start trying to determine what plan God has for them instead of focusing solely on, God, what do you want me to do? God, what do you have for me? God, what do you desire for my life? So when we try to fit into someone else's mold for us, it doesn't work. It's just like you go to certain stores and different clothing items might say one size fits all. Maybe that's a scarf, or it can be a hat, or whatever the clothing item is. But then there are other items that they have to be tailor-made. You have to get your specific size. Otherwise, first of all, it's not going to fit. Second of all, you could be very uncomfortable. And third of all, it can look like you are trying to be someone that you're not. Like you're trying to be a certain size, or you're trying to convince yourself that your physique looks a certain way by wearing a clothing item that does not fit you. The same thing happens when we try to make our lives look like someone else's. So the career choice that your best friend, your parents, your siblings, your colleagues might have could look very different from yours, and that's okay. The issues arise when we start to play the comparison game, when we start to compare ourselves to other people and try to compare what our lives are looking like. When we try to compare what our lives look like to someone else, it robs you of your joy. It can rob you of purpose. It can rob you of motivation to do what God has called you to do. It just definitely puts a damper on things when you're constantly looking to see what everyone else is doing instead of focusing on, what can I do? What am I passionate about? God, what lane do you want me to be in so I can get in it and stay in it and thrive in it? So yeah, not only is it important for us not to try to fit ourselves into someone else's mold, it's also significant when we allow people their right to be in whatever mold God has placed them in. Sometimes we do have these ideas with good intentions. We want the best for our family, the best for our friends, the best for our company. For those of us who are entrepreneurs, the best for, colleagues, business partners, those around us in our circle. We want to see them thrive. We want to see them succeed. However, one of the surefire ways to damage those relationships is when you start trying to put people into a mold that does not fit them, simply because you think that this mold is best for them. We have to allow people the freedom to explore whatever mold, whatever lane, whatever plan God has for them. Because otherwise, we're robbing them of a really beautiful experience to be able to choose God's best for them. I don't know about you, but it's a humbling reality when I think on the fact that God has given me free will and he still loves me despite some of the terrible choices that I have made in exercising free will. But if God can love me past my flaws and still make a plan for redemption so that I can be reconciled unto him and have a relationship with him despite my past errors, why shouldn't I extend that same grace to someone else? Allow them the freedom to choose. The reason why God gave us free will is because he wanted us to choose relationship with him. He did not want robots. He did not want puppets. If that were the case, well, none of us would ever have to worry about if we're making the right choice because we would be controlled by God, as opposed to being able to recognize that we benefit from following his plan and choosing him each and every time. So I don't really have too much else to say about that except be confident in who God has called you to be. Learn to be comfortable with the mold that he has placed you in. And allow other people that same freedom. Give other people that same grace to be who God has called them to be in every aspect of their life. So, if you enjoyed this content, feel free to give this video a like. Share your feedback with me in the comments. Subscribe to my channel and turn on all notifications so you know when I post my next video. Thank you so much for watching and have a wonderful day. See you in the next one. Bye, guys.
You have a plan for me, 'cause you see me. You see me.